Say hi. Okay. No, the preview notes I record individually, but I also record. So one of the key concepts is that this math subject is what to think. That's all your classes. What is 2 plus 2? Of whatever. What is the value of x? But we also address how to put blood, how to get your answer. Most importantly, why, the why behind mathematical principles. That's what's going to make today very, very different, because guess what? Today, go ahead and say problem. And I'm actually going to give you the answer. Say answer. You're not wondering, okay, I have the problem, and you've already given me the answer. What's left to do? And that's the whole point of today, is what is between the problem and the answer. A little bit different. You got a little exposure last night. I did not actually expect you to understand last night. Just kind of get a little road test. Now we're going to understand. When you do explanations, I like you to underline this. Underline those, please. Out loud, say it. Given implies. Okay, that stands for GIFT is the acronym. Drop in these letters. GIFT. Given, implied, freebies, talk through. What you need, everybody? Colors? Given, implied, freebies, talk through. So when you deal with explanations, first you mark that given. You mark your given and your prove on the diagram. Notice that word mark. No naked diagrams today. If you don't mark stuff on diagrams, I will mark you down on the test. Okay, 2, mark what's implied. From the given, something's going to be implied, proved, by the given. You mark it. You mark freebies. Notice that's in quotation marks. That's not a technical term. Last. First you talk through the logic of the problem. Do not skip this stuff. Talk through the logic of the problem. Given, implied, freebies, talk through. Hold up 4 fingers. Say G-I-F-T. Without looking at the screen of your notes, face a friend and tell them, what does GIFT stand for? Go. Ready? Now let's put right in here in the margin, right, given, implied, freebies, talk through. We're going to walk through these steps here. All right, step 1, it says B is the midpoint of AC. So we circle B, and we trace A to C, and we write midpoint. Again, remember, guys, I recommend you knuckle your colors. I thought to, but most of you will find that helpful. Yeah, well, I'm consistently using blue, green, and red. No, you don't have to, but in my experience, C is the midpoint of BD. So we trace BD, we circle C, that's midpoint. Divide given. Now, what's implied is this. Because of the midpoint, those are equal, right? And because of the midpoint, these are equal. Because, thank you for asking, Justin. How many of you actually thought that? set of hatch marks, therefore we use 2 hatch marks. It's a second set. We'd have to do 3. If I had a midpoint here, I'd have to go like that.
But you didn't have.
I do. See, it's a midpoint right there. Hatch marks. Wherever you see the word midpoint, George, that shall have hatch marks. No, you can't do 1. It's your second set. Yeah. All righty, guys. Now, our goal is this. If we know B is the midpoint of the green, C is the midpoint of the blue, the question is this. How do we know then that this segment A to B and C to D are equal? That's the question. I will always use red. The word prove there, don't be freaked out. That sounds so formal. It just means explain. That's your answer. Let me pose the question. I want you to put in pairs, not quads, pairs. So pair off. I gotta go here. Okay. Why don't you go into the mind? Your goal is this. Your goal is this. We have an automatic out here. Okay. So you guys are saying can you come, Christina? Here. Okay, ready? I want you to I want both people to talk, please. Both people to talk. I remember, buddy. No. Okay, ready, guys? Now that you've talked, I want to sit down here. You're going to write 4 sentences explaining, and I want complete sentences here, okay? Complete sentences. And I will even give you the first sentence, and I'll almost give you the last sentence. I know that. Blah, 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 blah. Why do you know it? Because given. Period. No, that's the first sentence. Trying to prove. Your last sentence should sound something like this. Therefore, are equal because. See that's your last sentence. It's like paragraph. You are writing. Your pencils are moving now. Go. I'm going to turn the lights on. And all good.
What was the first?
Oh, well, what's the most logical thing first?
Numbers.
You know, you're getting information.
Okay.
You can't do that.
True.
So I know that blah, 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 because there's given. Okay. You're right. About 4. You can nail it in 4. You're writing a little baby paragraph. Yes.
So now.
Nope, nope, nope.
No.
All righty, guys. Finish explaining and see if you're correct. It's okay, Darren. I didn't actually expect you to understand it last night. All righty, please. Ryan, left, please, buddy. Abby, can you temporarily put the puzzle away, ma'am? Thank you, Darren. I know that's totally engrossing, but that's kind of the problem. It's totally engrossing. All right, guys, turn the page. Turn the page. Name. This is what's called a narrative proof or narrative explanation. Narrative means now we're going to do something what's called a more formal proof. It's called a 2-column. Now, you see all these blanks down here? I'd like you to do me a favor. Physically put your hand over the blanks. I don't want you even looking at those. And the reason why is you've been trained since like 1st grade. You've been guessing those. This is what I just call mock-up. Okay, so let me explain. I'm going to be using blue, green, and red pretty consistently. Stay right with me. Step number 1 is we're walking ourselves through gifts. Given, implied, freebies, talk through. Given. We put the given information on the diagram. So CD, those are equal. Again, if you want to use my colors, I'm using green, blue, and red. Justin, you want to face this way, please, buddy? Okay. DF and FG are also equal. Notice the second set there, George, because it's the second one. Okay. So we're starting. The greens are equal, the blues are equal. We have to prove or explain why is CF the same as EG? Well, wait a minute. Did I color code this wrong? Hang on. EF. Okay, let me just double check that. Okay, C, D. Yeah, that was right. EF. Let me not get over my numbers here. DF, EF, and FG. Yep. And we want, okay, CF. Yeah, got it. Boom. Now we're good. So the question is, if the blues are equal, the greens are equal, why are the reds equal? Okay, so that is our given. What's implied and kind of a freebie? What's implied is that these segments, bunny hop that, those little segments add up to what color? Red. Okay, ready? Bunny hop this. And those little segments also add up to red. Now I want you 10 seconds. Not be looking at those blanks right now. Okay, 5 seconds, talk it through. Do not look at the go. Alrighty, guys. So now let's take it one step at a time. This is simply an explanation. We're capturing a big one. Raise your hand. To do very carefully. Okay, so we first off, let me keep my colors consistent. We know that CD and EF are equal. Out loud, where do we find that information? Given. Cole, can you swing around, please, sir? It's in the given. You write down given. Now box these two colors. I'm doing those green DF and FG. Out loud, why do we know that? Given. Okay. Now look what happens here. Physically trace it with me. Physically trace it. Where is C? Was that C there? Yeah. Okay, ready? Trace CF. Just trace it. Now trace CD and DF. You see what we did there? Little segments add up to big segments. What's that called? Segment what? Out loud? Little segments add up to big segments. Go back, color code it. Now, this is where you have to start figuring out, like, what changed? What change is going on here? Okay, do you see, there's your red. Somehow we need to connect these guys. Do you see what's going on there? Somehow we need to connect. The problem is, step 5 and step 3 have no connection. They have nothing in common. Do you see that? So let's see what we can make in common. Let's go up top. Let's see what we can do here. Ready? Can everyone circle CD for me, please? Now find CD back. What step do you see? 1. We could take out CD to put in this place. And swap it out. Are you ready? Circle DF. Come up, find DF. We can swap out DF and put what in this place? FC. Let's put that there. We swapped it out. That's still CF. Now what we just did was called substitution. Yes, sir. No, it doesn't. Okay. We substituted. Now, step 5. Everybody bracket E to G, please. Just bracket, bunny hop it. One time, bunny hop. Bracket. Now, bunny hop E to F and F to G. Bunny hop it. You feel that? Little segments add up to big segments. What do we call that? Now here's where the fun happens. And that's the whole reason why we did, like, what's going on is to force you to be really, really observative. Ready? In step 4 and 5, there's something now in common. Box. Step 4 and 5. See it? Box. Something in common now. Look. You see that? Thumbs up if you saw that. Thumbs up? Okay. Now, if these guys are equal, what can we say about these two? Absolutely. Just on a roll. Okay. And the reason why here is we swapped out one, put in something else. That's substitution. All right. Congratulations. You just finished your first formal proof. Okay. Your goal is this size. I want everybody working on the page. 5 minutes. After about 10 minutes, those of you who are still like this way, I'm not ready to let go of my hand right now. I'll call it for more samples. Okay? Yes, yeah. So, There's nothing to say. Yes. Yes. Romantic fest. Hey guys, what we do? It's usually looking for you, write your numbers in there.